Having a decent day today because we really need some good energy right now. It's uh it's a crazy time. And what this is let me just tell you straight up. It's Jupiter square Pluto with Venus conjunct Pluto at the same time. This is the epitome of Pluto. We had an intense Scorpio season with the Sun in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio. We had Venus in Scorpio and everything. And, well, this has basically been continued by the extremely scorpionic Jupiter square Pluto, Venus conjunct Pluto to intensify it, and now Ceres is stuck exactly conjunct Uranus and Eris. And there's something very strange going on. There's something going on with WikiLeaks and with info that is just nearly incomprehensible being released right now. There's a great unveiling going on. So I won't go into details about what that means because I like to keep astrology separate from the political uh, conspiratorial stuff. So you can look into that if you want. Just research WikiLeaks or something like that. But anyway, there's some formula in the air that is the most dwarf planet like intensely. It's very intense. This is the epitome of what dwarf planets do. The feeling of Pluto, Scorpio, North Node conjunct Orcus, Ceres stuck conjunct Uranus and Eris. This is what the dwarf planets do. They reveal things. I mean, I'm not like speculating here. I've seen them do this before many times. The people that have charts where every planet is conjunct a dwarf planet have this certain way of just pouring out truth. Or they could pour out darkness. They pour out something. These dwarf planets have this characteristic of they kind of pour things out, they purge things, they might pour out darkness or they might pour out truth. These dwarf planets seem to find some deep energy far out in the solar system that maybe other planets can't tap into, and then they unleash it. You know what I'm saying? Venus conjunct Pluto in Capricorn alone is very cold and purging and kind of dark and intense, and it could make you feel crazy and paranoid. You know, it's a very intense thing. And then when you have Jupiter square Pluto exactly at the same time as Venus squares Jupiter and Venus conjoins Pluto. Also, yesterday we had the moon conjoin Jupiter, and we just had a big peak of all of this. And this morning, the moon was opposition Uranus and Ceres and Eris. There's something real going on. And on top of all that, we had Mercury conjunct Saturn. And Mercury conjunct Saturn, of course. Yeah, you know what that means? That means a blast of coldness and depression. And pretty much coldness and low energy feelings. But that passed. That was a few days ago. And it's going to feel better when Mercury. Well, it's going to feel better for this span of time when it's in bright Sagittarius, but then it's going to go into Capricorn. It's going to get serious again. And there's going to be a Mercury retrograde on the cusp of Capricorn and Sagittarius all the way until the end of this year. But it's going to start to feel better when Venus gets out of Capricorn, gets into Aquarius, a brighter sign. And it'll feel better when Jupiter crosses its square to Pluto and it starts to oppose Uranus. It's going to go from the strange, scorpionic, deep, surreal, possibly paranoid type of dwarf planet feeling to a feeling of high energy, revolutionary type energy. It's going to be Mars in Aquarius, first of all, is revolutionary already. One thing we have to look forward to in the next several days is Mars trine Jupiter. That's starting. That's what we have to look forward to in the next week, week or so. That's good. That will cause a major wave of revolutionary energy, Mars trine Jupiter. But not because of Mars in Aquarius, because it's going to affect every person that has Aquarius in their chart, including me, because my sun is at 15 degrees Aquarius. I can feel this coming on. Jupiter is precisely trine my sun right now. So there's a really weird equation with me right now. I can feel this in the strangest way. Because my sun is at 15 degrees Aquarius, right? So Saturn is sextile my sun. Pluto is semi-sextile my sun. Jupiter is trine my sun exactly while it's square Pluto. 15 degrees, 15 degrees, 15 degrees. It's pretty strange. Because I was feeling the positivity of Jupiter trine my sun, and then it just turned dark. Not dark in a negative way. The things that I've been uncovering in my research and what I've been noticing people discover, what's being revealed to the world right now, it's dark. That's the epitome of Pluto and Scorpio and apparently Orcus and Eris. See, Ceres is the largest body in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. It has to do with health and care. I've confirmed this without believing in it at all. I've quite objectively confirmed this. So, Ceres is going to stay conjunct Uranus and Eris all the way until the end of the year. Just stuck. While Saturn starts to trine Uranus, while Jupiter starts to oppose Uranus. The next great peak of all this is Jupiter opposition Uranus, and it will be much better than this Jupiter square Pluto, which is an explosive purging and scorpionic deep dark revealing of things. The deep dark revealing of things will take a turn for brighter, more happy energy. I can promise you that. And in the next week, we very much have Mars trine Jupiter to look forward to. We don't have Sun conjunct Saturn to look forward to, I gotta admit that. But Mercury will slowly go through this very bright, happy part of Sagittarius that's full of bright stars. And that's probably why Sagittarius feels like Jupiter, because it's filled with very bright stars, leading up to the galactic center at 27 degrees Sagittarius. So that's what's happening. Oh, and also in 4 days, the sun will square the nodes, and that will also give an uncomfortable type of feeling. It's very difficult to interpret this astrology. Basically, there's a great purging and unveiling of dark truth right now. I promise you, that's really what's happening. A great purging and unveiling of dark truth. It will become very strange in 4 days when the sun squares Neptune and the nodes, and then conjoin Saturn. We're in for a strange few weeks, but at the same time, we'll have a major, just flowing circuit of revolutionary energy with Mars slowly trine Jupiter. It's some strange times. But I'm not worried about anything being on the side of truth and good. So much love. Remember about the Jupiter opposition Uranus, the peak of revolutionary, euphoric, but also volatile energy, peaking December 26th and staying stuck all the way until March, April, and beyond. That is, that is very much something to look forward to. Jupiter opposition Uranus. This coldness will end in a few weeks, and by 1 month from now, December 26th, it will be much higher energy and more euphoric, but also volatile. Much love. Peace. Also, I think all of you could use some good vibes, my friends, so I'm going to play to you a song that I like a lot. It's called Top 20 Notes by Sacramento band Hella.